Good afternoon and welcome to this Tuesday, November 3rd edition of Westman Newsline. I'm Jessica Glasgow alongside Scott Coldridge and Brett Carruthers. In today's news, a Brandon woman has gone missing in North Dakota and the Shiloh Ranges are going to be off limits for a while. And Scott will be in with sports. Scott, I understand the World Series keeps getting more and more exciting.
That's right, Jess. Chase Utley played his part helping the Phillies hang on to an early lead last night. With that win, Philadelphia forced a Game 6 in the series. I'll have more on later in sports.
Thanks, Scott and Brett. We had some surprisingly nice weather over the Halloween weekend. Can we expect November to start off the way October left us?
Well, Jess, we can hope to see some very warm temperatures, especially for a normally frigid November. Currently in Brandon, it's 1 degree and partially cloudy, and we can expect it to keep climbing as the week goes on. All of these details and more later on in weather.
Thanks, Brett. In what sounds like the beginning of a horror movie as opposed to real life, 3 Dickinson State University softball players were reported missing after a friend of the woman received 2 short phone messages mentioning water and needing help. Then the calls were cut off. Brandon's Ashley Neufeld was one of the trio along with Kristen Gamar of Grossmont, California, and Afton Williamson of Lake Elsinore, California. The exact wording of the phone calls and which of the women they came from have not yet been released. After searching all day Monday with 3 airplanes as well as officers on the ground, the search had to be delayed due to darkness. The search will continue today. And civilians in the area are being advised to stay clear of CFB Shiloh firing ranges. All entrances to the roadways are cleared and hunting is no longer permitted. Day and night firing will continue until further notice. The public is advised that they should they come across any bombs, grenades, or similar explosive devices, the items should not be touched and police should be notified. It seems the local tradition of helping out those in need is still thriving in the Wheat City. Assiniboine Community College hosted its annual food drive once again this October. A large number of non-perishable food items had been donated to the food bank so far. Items in the food bank are available to any students who may need help finding enough to eat. A wide variety of food items, from soup to craft dinner, are there for asking this year. This year's food drive has been one of the most successful ACC has seen.
And this year we had an amazing turnout of volunteers, and we had an amazing turnout from the public on how much they wanted to donate to us, and it was just amazing how much we got this year.
Those connected to ACC continue their generous ways, this time offering an even more precious commodity that comes straight from the heart. The ACC Students Association and Canadian Blood Services held a blood donor clinic and hoped to reach a target of 41 donations for the event. 62 donors attended the ACC blood drive, which was the second highest number of donors ACC has seen since the clinics began at the college in 2002. 46 units of blood were collected with continuing help of veteran and first-time donors.
This is my first time donating, and I actually came because my friends were coming, so I just tagged along with them, but I'll definitely do it again.
The clinic at the town center in Brandon is open every Wednesday and Thursday from 11:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. and from 4 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. For anyone interested in learning more about blood donation, they can visit our website, that's blood.ca, or they can call our toll-free number 1-888-2DONATE.
Winnipeg RCMP seized nearly $1 million in marijuana plants last month. Following a 4-month investigation, RCMP raided a commercial building in the town of Elma near the Whiteshell and found more than 700 plants. 2 suspects were taken into custody, 38-year-old Man Min Nguyen and 26-year-old Jeebin Dang. Both appeared in Winnipeg court Monday. The opposition Conservatives are accusing the NDP government of dropping the ball on H1N1 flu vaccinations. The province suspended its vaccination program yesterday in Winnipeg and some other areas because supplies are running short. Tory leader Hugh McFadden says the government should have made sure from the start that only high-priority people were given the vaccine. But the government says provinces were only informed late last week that the vaccine was running out. And Manitoba's new biodiesel mandate, the first of its kind in Canada, is now in effect. As of Sunday, an average of 2% of all diesel fuel sold in the province must now come from vegetable oils such as canola and soybeans and sunflowers. Premier Greg Selinger says the initiative is expected to cut greenhouse gases emissions in the province by 56,000 tons a year, or the equivalent of taking 11,000 cars off the road. The NDP promised in the 2007 provincial election campaign to implement a 5% biodiesel mandate by 2010, but is now taking a gradual approach to ensure more easier transition for the industry. And with that, let's take a look at where today's money markets are currently sitting.
For all your local news, weather, and sports coverage, watch Westman Newsline. Broadcasting from Assiniboine Community College on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 1 o'clock.
The body of a third miner missing in northern Quebec mine since last Friday has been recovered. Mark Guy, who was 31, and two other men were trapped when a gold mine was flooded in Desmaryville, Quebec. Guy's body was found late last night. The bodies of the two other men, 44-year-old Domenico Bellini and 36-year-old Bruno Goulet, were discovered earlier Monday. Rescue workers frantically pumped water from hundreds of meters below ground in hope of finding Guy alive. Bellini, Goulet, and Guy went down to repair work on Friday night, but when the elevator was pulled back up, it was empty. Bellini and Goulet worked for the Metana Resources, while Guy was an employee of mining contractor Montali. Officials have said they don't yet know what caused the flooding. Canadian cattle producers and McDonald's Canada are calling an internet email a hoax. The email, which first surfaced on the internet several years ago, urges consumers to boycott the restaurant chain because it claims McDonald's plans to buy most of its beef from South America rather than from Canadian producers. Brad Wildeman, president of the Canadian Cattlemen's Association, says that is not true. Wildeman says he thinks the hoax email is trying to cast doubt on Canada's food safety measures. And attorneys for a sniper mastermind, John Allen Muhammad, plan to file an appeal with the U.S. Supreme Court in an effort to stop next week's execution. Muhammad is scheduled to die by lethal injection at Virginia prison on November 10th. Attorneys for the 48-year-old have said they plan to file the appeal Tuesday. They asked Governor Timothy M. Kaine for clemency last month. Muhammad is to be executed for the slaying of Dean Harold Myers at a Virginia gas station during a 3-week killing spree in October 2002 that left 10 dead in Maryland, Virginia, and the District of Columbia. Muhammad and his teenage accomplice, Lee Boyd Malvo, were also suspected of fatal shootings in other states, including Louisiana and Alabama. Malvo is serving a life sentence in prison. And President Barack Obama has thanked German Chancellor Angela Merkel for her country's sacrifice in keeping forces in Afghanistan, noting that she is being honored in Washington as the first German leader to address joint meeting of the U.S. Congress. Merkel, who was meeting with Obama before her appearance on Capitol Hill, said Tuesday that she wanted to use the occasion at the White House and in her speech to Congress to express gratitude for American support throughout the process leading up to the German reunification. It soon will be 20 years since the Berlin Wall was pulled down, leading to the reunification of Germany that was divided among the victorious European allies at the end of World War II. And that's all for news, but stay tuned. Brett's up next with Newsline Weather.